Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and today we are going to take a look at the new simulator missions. Going to start out with the trial threat from Jupiter, which should let us try out the Crossbone Gundam X-3. Looks like the Vignagina and the X-1 Kai also available, so yeah. Yeah, and you should be able to choose any of those whether you own them or not to give it a try, so nothing wrong with that. The win conditions: 7 minutes or less, you get 100,000 DP. 5 minutes or less, you get the Phileas Stream Galbaldi Beta, which was buffed recently. And 3 minutes or less, you get 3 tokens. So single player, decline ranking, even if it is unrestricted. And let's try that X3. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care that I actually own the Vignagina. I mean, if I have trouble doing this, that's great. But okay, now this kind of bothers me. We just saw from the situation battle that they now can pre-program things you don't own to have an 8 position weapon swap, and yet here we go. I mean, I know they want to encourage people to roll for it, but I feel like getting to try this trial mission with the best possible setup would probably help in that regard. But gonna take it out anyway. Um, yeah, skill set. It's a raid 750. Space compatibility, so slightly better speed and stats in space, I believe. Mostly speed based stats. Melee priority 3, 12-second respawn. As a 5-star, it will have the emergency sortie skill, I believe. So, well, we'll take a look at that as we go through. Assault booster level 3, so yeah, much faster jumping, and both jump speed and charge time, and harder to knock out of the jump. AMBAC level 2, which is standard to space compatible mobile suits, makes you turn a little faster and means you drop straight into standard movement if you're boosting straight ahead. When Maneuver armor 4, which means that you take less damage by 30% and are when boosting and are harder to stun. Melee Composite System Volume 3, Level 3. Yeah, it's a whole series. You should read it. It's good. Um, Either way, yeah, this is balancers and melee combo controller combined, but also has the added benefit of making you harder to stun out of your melee attacks by ranged weaponry. So yeah, it words, Rob. Yeah, so yeah, you can cancel into a melee attack or tackle out of a boost or a jump. Uh, Landing after a jump, that is. 3-hit melee, and yeah, damage Yeah, damage is reduced during combo attacks. So yeah, diminishing returns on your subsequent slashes is what it comes down to. Aerial melee system level 2. So yeah, you can start a melee attack in the air, and it will basically travel down to the ground with you most times. And because it's level 2, you get an attack boost when you do it by 30%. Let's see. High performance thruster control system can cancel landing after high speed movement with a high speed movement with lower thruster consumption, allowing for additional high speed movement. Um, High speed movement with a lower thruster consumption, additional actions can be performed while jumping as well. Also reduces thruster use by 50% during boost in air. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I think that's just like if you use your. Does this have forced injectors? Okay, I think this may take the place of forced injectors because I don't see those in the list, but that's pretty much how forced injectors work. I wonder if they changed the name of it when I wasn't looking. But yeah, um, yeah. If you change direction, you can change directions mid boost. Basically, is how that works. Glide structure level 3, so you fall slower, which makes it a little bit easier to get the next move going. Anti-blast stabilizer, so you won't get heavy staggered if a mobile suit explodes too close to you. Optimized cooling efficiency, thruster consumption decreased by 20% for the first initial boost, because yeah, there's like a minimum cost for boosting all mobile suits have, and this reduces that a little bit. Flap booster 2, so it is pretty boost efficient at flying around with the jump button while you're boosting. Not surprising. Power accelerator, which is the one that lets you cancel out of the bounce animation after a clash. Damage control makes you a little bit harder to build stun. Emergency Evasion System 3 is not quite triple dodge roll, but it is double dodge roll with a better boost efficiency than level 2. Heavy Attack Kai. Yeah, this is as far as I can tell, this is a new level of heavy attack, or at least one I wasn't familiar with. As usual, it's a charged melee attack. It ignores buffers and goes through shields. You are less likely to be stunned out of the attack, because if you get hit hard enough out of a heavy, you can be. It's just difficult to do. And Heavy Attack Kai can be used in midair. It has a raise counter, which boosts your attack and defense and your allies if you get a counter at less than 50% hit points. And lastly, Max Output T, which, this is one of the max output skills that counts melee weapons. So more melee hit you get, skill gauge increases once it's maxed out. Pressing the touchpad fully recovers hit points for all parts. Location damage is what they mean. And temporarily activates the skill. While an effect increases unit attack power, mobility, high speed movement max limit, and reduces the amount of thruster consumed while starting or moving at high speed. Performance for weapons compatible with the skill is altered, reducing damage taken from melee attacks. The skill can be used again after time has passed. Okay, yeah. So, all right, but since it is a rental, I can't add any equipment to it, and I will have to swap to its last 3 weapons to use them, which, again, I feel like is kind of a bad thing, since they've shown that that's not necessary, because I know I don't have the Full Armor Unicorn Gundam or the Kshatriya Repair, but in the situation battle last week, they both had access to their full weapon loadout. But, all right, we're going to give this a try, though, because I want to see how it does and want to do the mission. So today, as you've probably figured out, since I've already been blathering for, the standard duration of a video, more or less, is going to be a little bit longer than usual. Let's see. What's the heavy attack look like? It looks like the computer is still programmed for psychic tackles, just like it is in training. Okay. Right, so, well, let's see. Let's try this again. You're not facing me. Now you are, or you were. All right, there's the beam guns. Okay, they stun fairly quickly. Eye field unit should help protect me, I think. And it has a beam spear, basically. The Muramasa blaster can either have the large, like, giant feather fan looking thing, or it can just have a point at the end. See, almost got that. Yeah, I will probably have to redo this one to get all 3 rewards, but I am just kind of using this opportunity to test drive. Okay. So that is basically an awful lot of attacking there. Let's see. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, got one of them. Amazed it wasn't the Palace Athena, to be honest, because that is the support here. Gatling, chest Gatling, not bad. Okay, yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, the O is, yep. I mean, at least the nice thing about having computer-controlled allies is I don't really have to feel that bad if I screw up and hit them. So, okay, we might get this. This is the last wave, and we are already ready to go with it. So, 1, 2, spin. Yeah, so, basically, I feel like that's, it does ridiculous damage, but also it's going to end up being well balanced, because that is a long animation to be stuck in. And I exploded. It's a long animation to be stuck in, and it's going to be Easy to counter tackle you out of that. Like from a mile away, you know, you can basically be watching that attack off to the side and be ready to counter it. It's going to be ridiculously easy to contend with if you're not the one caught in it. If you're the one caught in it, you got a problem. But if your team is actually working together, pretty much anybody can just kind of reach over and go no. So yeah, as always, support your supports. They are going to need it against this thing. But okay, well, I got in under the wire, so that is that one. Back to the briefing room. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Weapons seem okay. Eye field, I'm not. I don't really have a feel for yet. It occurs to me though I didn't take a look at the description of how that works, so we'll do that real quick. Because the rest of it is all just, you know, stuff. I also never used max output mode. I'm going to do that again. Okay, yeah, but reduces HP damage. Weapon selected. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So if you stick to the activating the eye field will defend you against ranged attacks. If you stick with your ranged weapons, if you switch to a melee weapon, it deactivates it. Yeah, we're going to try that one more time, just so I can take a look at max output, see how it alters the behavior of some of the weapons, hopefully, and also just generally, you know, mess around with this. So, been a while since I got to do a test drive for anything, so you know this kind of qualifies. It'll be fine. Okay, one. Oops. Well, Masala wasn't ready to counter that this time. And Bar's aim is toast. Yep. Masala didn't fall for it, but now we can go max output. Let's see. How does the heavy attack change? Two. I think it hits a little harder, or I think it goes a little further for one. Turn on that eye field and just stick ranged. Oops, stick to the ranged. This is the problem with wanting to do manual swaps. It kind of means that if you want to keep that eye field up and use anything else, kind of leaves you out of luck. Again, you know, I really feel like that is a mistake, especially now that we know that there is an alternative, and that's something that needs to change. Whether it actually will, I can't say, but I'm pretty sure you get extra spins out of that now. Dropping in. Palace is down. The O managed to catch me. Max output about to end, and you cannot start the charge while boosting. However, that's fairly standard. Ow. Not ow, just mistake. There's a difference between a mistake and ow. They are very compatible, but they are not the same thing. Another thing to watch out for, I will say, though, about this moveset, it does not... Okay, the wait time on reactivating max output is basically nothing. But yeah, the other thing I will say is that you can't... Once you are in that you know, super long, super predictable heavy attack, you cannot alter its trajectory, period. So, just something to watch out for. But yeah, seems like I think the timer for like continuing max output is, or for starting max output is like nothing. It's 15 seconds probably is what it is for the other crossbones. Okay, aerial tackle. Didn't know you could aerial tackle, but that definitely is what that was. Did I just do an aerial tackle, or did I touch down first? I have no idea. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So, yeah, I like it. And yep, slightly shorter this time because I was actually had a little bit of understanding of what I was doing and didn't get caught in that tackle by the Masala at the beginning. So, all right, next simulator. And Hour of Turmoil. I hope it doesn't take an hour, but story set number of enemies in battle. Get a good clear time by picking enemies off one by one without getting surrounded. Okay, so completion rewards. Psycho Zaku Mark II for 5 minutes or less, 100,000 DP for 7 or less, and 3 tokens for 3 or less. Let's do single player. Decline ranking so I can use whatever I want. And what do I want? What is there? I'll try the F90S type. I like that thing. You know, probably already been outshined by some of the newer supports, but oh hey, also the other two are the Messer types, so they are already set up for words, which I'm not. Already set up to have the whole type triangle. That's the words I was looking for. Thank you, words. Okay, missed that. Get an ally. Ooh. I will never get, never or hardly ever get to use that in a real match. That felt good. That connected. I managed to zigzag those around the building. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I like the F90 Type S. It's worth getting if you ever get a chance. Because, yeah, it's a good one. I can steer above this and go down. Okay. There is a certain limit to the timing as far as how, you know, what you can, how long you can actually exert control over the trajectory. Like, it just, I think the farther out they are, the harder they get to steer, basically. Okay, Vulcans for that one. Come on. Fortunately, this thing has a lot of Vulcan ammo. Okay, so it's a minute and a half until I can use my main cannons again, because that is the trade-off for using linked fire, which I did. So I just have to work around them, which I can do. Missed that Carl. More missiles. Okay, that is the Penelope, I think? Yeah. It's pointier. It's more forwardly pointy than the Sea Gundam. The Sea Gundam is downwardly pointy. It is a Dorito. The Penelope is a weird dragon thing. Like, it's kind of a lion dance costume on a single mobile suit. Just kind of, but not quite. It's definitely like it's wearing like a big, like, dragon-shaped coat, basically. So I have thoughts. All right, and okay, it still had iframes. I dislike this. Scanners out. All weapons overheated except the one I can't use. Okay, successful. Didn't even notice. Okay, yeah, somebody shot down that heavy weapons Jagan. I appreciate it. And that is the round, and that is the simulator. So that is under 3 minutes, so we're good. All right. So back to briefing room. And now we're going to try the new boss fight. These tend to be where I have a problem. If I'm going to have a problem with simulators, this is where. So I feel like they have made them over easier over the years, just to make sure that people can get a hold of their bonuses more quickly. I would kind of love to see like an advanced challenge mode that has no token rewards. Just, this is one of those places where like the gacha nature of the game kind of runs up against its its workings. And like, yeah, a challenge mode is an interesting idea, and you make it too difficult and people are going to get really annoyed they can't get those 3 tokens. At any rate, the step 2 reward at this point is the Gundam GP00 Blossom, if you do not have that. And single player, cost 750 is the limit. I'm going to go unrestricted, so I have access to whatever level of weapon I want. And I think I'll try the F90I type. Why not? I think this is a space. Well, the Elmeth is here. Yes, Rob, it's a space battle. So yeah, we'll try the F90I. If that doesn't work, we will try something else. Like, I don't know, maybe the Vignagina. You know, if a raid does not suffice, maybe a support will. We've got a G3 Gundam and a full armor Gundam here, so I probably ought to bring the red Gundam at some point, but I believe that's on the other account. But yeah, all right. Let's take down Dozel and Lala here and call it a day. I'm pretty sure they're gonna spawn in separately. That is the way all these boss fights have happened so far. Big Zam is probably gonna have a thing where you have to break its eye field. I think possibly with a melee attack before you can actually do damage to it. But I think that's the second phase where that phase. Okay, heavy attack. Ow. I think it just nearly killed me by flexing. Yeah, that's Big Zam. Okay. Okay. I damaged it. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't think it has the eye field restriction until, like, most of its health bar is gone. This is definitely a, multiple phase kind of boss. But yeah. Oh, yeah. It also, it does have reduced, or beam damage. Okay, yeah, the F90 second eyes heavy attack does pretty well at charging that stun gauge. That's good. But yeah, this is the earlier one. The F90 second eye is the one with the beam lancer, as opposed to the F90 eye type that came out recently with the shot lancer. Did not. Okay, so yeah, I feel like, well, the legs sure don't do it. The top sure doesn't do it. And I'm going to die probably, so did not do enough. All right, well, ow. I can also just use the shot lancer or the beam lancer as a melee attack. Ow. Oh yeah, also it has the ability for me to be highly annoyed by the support fire. But no, it also has the ability, if you boost in a straight line, you can just use it to hit. So I think I'll just do a couple of passes and see if I can find the, see if I can land the shot where it needs to be landed, which I think is right below it. I don't think I'm going to get this within 3 minutes on the first try, so I will probably. But also, just, having been reminded of how the Big Zam fight goes, Vignagina, not a good choice. So, okay. I'm pretty sure the strike zone is supposed to be up there in that thruster array, but I'm having trouble hitting that. Okay, no. Got knocked out of my heavy attack. See, if I had heavy attack Kai. Ow. Stop it. Okay. I'm getting annoyed. Ow. Yeah, I am very annoyed. Also, I don't like that you can't restart the mission, while you're in the death animation. I'm going to restart in a second. I just want to make sure I've got that strike, the attack Big Zam's thruster area. I'm trying. Okay, yeah, so we're going to find something else here. Like I said, if any of them are going to give me trouble, it's always the boss fight. I forgot the Big Zam was where they stopped making it easier to get the tokens quite as much. So we might be here a little bit. Ooh, I want to try this. I want to see if I can hit it in the thrusters with the snake hand. So, and I have a solid. It has, except for that beam rifle part, it has all solid weapons otherwise, and the beam saber. So, yeah, this might work. We'll try it. Worst that happens is we're trying something else and we come back again. But let's see what we got. Here comes Big Zam. Yep, that is a Zam that is very large. So, all right. Okay, I'm too far away. And I'm getting hit by something. Multiple somethings, most likely. Doesn't do bad damage once it connects. Missiles for you. Chain explosion missiles. I don't know how much help that's going to be, but pick somebody else, buddy. Okay, downswing not bad. Beam, of course, not going to do much, if anything. More missiles. Have some missiles. Okay, now. If I'm lucky, which I'm not sure about yet, this might be a situation where the fact that the snake hand passes through things, if I can, line up the shot on the Big Zam's junk well enough, that it might actually be the best choice. Or I'm going to die. I died. Let's see. We will keep trying this. I need to just make sure I can actually land the shots when I need them, and then we'll be good. That's right. This one does not have a machine gun. It does not. It has two different kinds of missiles. I forgot. Okay. Oh, there you are. Hi. Sorry, I was busy checking my equipment. Rude to interrupt me, really. Have the chain explosion type. No joy. Where are the other ones? There. Do I have them on the quick? I don't have them on the quick swap. Okay, well that might be one reason why I was having trouble with this tank the other day. Ow. Okay. All right, I know what I need to use. I remember the best way to do this, so we're going to do this. We're going to go get a level 4 Phas, which I'm pretty sure I have already set up. We will double check. F, Rob. F is before. Do I not have the level? There it is. Brain. Thank you. Thank you, Brain. I have it set up for pure damage. And a little bit of extra boost speed. Level 4. 4. Range strength 106. That's right, because I've taken it through the hangar. It can exceed its limit a little bit. But, okay, so which one of these does 5? That does. Yeah, so that maxes it out, and I actually have a ton more slots for beam defense. And some melee defense for when it kicks me in the face. But, yeah. Let's see. My swaps set up? Yeah, they are. All right. Let's try the Phas. If we don't get it under the timer this time, I will just go through the whole fight, and I will do this on my own time, so that you're not sitting here watching me fail like all day. If you're still watching this video like 27 minutes and 50 seconds in, I am very grateful. Thank you for sticking with me this long. I appreciate it. That goes to everybody who watches, just thank you in general. It's really great of you. But yeah, let me not, hopefully. Okay, yeah. Phas cannot move while charging its high mega cannon. Or is it a hyper mega cannon? It's, it's some combination of words that mean big super gun. Just every time. Yeah, I'm going to try it. It does have beam defense, as we've seen, but I just want to see. And beams to you. Nothing. Eye field functional. Yeah, the early ones, the eye field didn't really do anything. That has been remedied. Damage is good from the missiles, though. So that's not bad. I might actually, if I get close, I might do one more. Okay, well, I am landing things with on the stun meter this time, so yeah. Yep, Phas is the answer. Ow. Ow. Boy, good thing I put on that beam defense, because otherwise... Could I please have some stun defense on you? I am trying to hit you in the stun defense region, which, that's the stun defense, or that's the stun gauge region on a lot of people, if you really need to stop somebody in an emergency. So yeah, aim for the thruster vents. The Vulcans, yeah, the nice thing is Phas has enough fire power of enough different kinds that I can keep ballistic damage on this, the whole time. Also, of course, a little stun defense, never hurt anybody. And of course, the missiles I can fire while boosting. They arc upwards, so where I am, it's a little bit more difficult to hit the Big Zam with those, but I'd love to have 2 solid minutes left to deal with the Elmeth, but well, I'd love to have a minute and a half left to deal with the Elmeth, but I'd love to have anything left to deal with the Elmeth, but like I said, we're just going to go through this. And we are indeed going through it. As it's launching toes at me. Awesome, mobilized. Attack now. You got it. Yes, it is weak to this while its defense field is down. Bingo. 1 minute left to finish off the Elmeth. Reload my weapons that need it. The Elmeth, however... Oh, the Elmeth's guards are here too. That's going to be time consuming. Well, can't spray missiles yet. Boom. That's done. 2 missiles. More missiles. Rickdom. Yeah, we are not going to get this under the wire. I saw a beam bazooka, so that is very likely Gato's Rickdom, in fact. So, and of course, Char's going to be a point guard here too. So yeah, this is going to be. This one, it may be one where, you know, I do multiplayer and ask some friends for help to get this cleared quicker. Yeah. Also, I need to just get out of Big Zam's way, or get Big Zam out of the way way faster. Do not want to overheat gun. And I'm exploded again. Yeah, I'm not going to get under 3 minutes. We will try again. But that's okay. You know, like I said, just trying to show it off here. You know, if you can do better, please, you know, please do. Always. You know, every once in a while, I do get you know, responses to my videos going, "Wow, you're really bad at this," and it's like, I did not name myself Flailthroughs for the gamer cred. I did not necessarily, you know, name it for skill level. I named it more for the fact that I was playing games in a language I didn't really understand, which, you know, for the most part, I still don't. But yeah, you know, slightly different thing. Okay, yeah, 3.5. If I can get into Big Zam's stun gauge a little bit sooner, I can get this under 3 minutes. But for now, we are going to call it there, because this is the longest thing I've posted in a while. It's, you know, not as long as Gelgoog the movie, but it's up there. So, all right. So yeah, I got another copy of the GP00. I will deal with the last level of this on my own time, and those are the current simulators. So, yeah, just remember to take ballistic weapons to deal with the Big Zam, and you know, good luck to everyone. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Special thanks to Spidey Wing for suggesting the build that got me through the Big Zam in way less time than I was managing with the Faz.